Namaste. Welcome to Zoom Yoga number 60. As ever, we'll start with the opening quote. It's from Albert Einstein. It's a very simple one. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. So we're going to start with Advasana. So as you lie down in an Advasana, think of any challenges you're going through at the moment and see what opportunities they may provide. Okay, Advasana. So if you lie down in your stomach, you have three options. So we can lie down in the stomach with the arms straight out, with the forehead on the ground. If that's not comfortable for you, you can lie down with your palms facing upwards and your forehead on the palms. And the third option is you can lie with your forehead on the ground and your hands clasped behind your neck. So I'll just repeat the three options. Arms straight out, forehead on the ground. Palms turned upwards, forehead on the palms. Or forehead on the ground and the hands clasped behind the neck. So depending on your body shape, or if you have any injuries, try and find the one that works best for you. And of course, as ever, the same with Shavasana, you're trying to increase the surface area of the body, surrendering onto the ground. So you just start the slow, smooth, deep yogic breaths. As always, focusing on your natural pause after the inhalation and after the exhalation. Slow, smooth, and deep. And reflecting on any challenges at the moment and try to see if you can find any positives from them, any opportunities, instead of resisting and rebelling. As you settle down, keep your awareness on the slow, smooth, deep yogic breath. So remember, your abdomen is inflating. You can feel it pressing against the ground. Your rib cage is expanding. And you're getting a final puff of air into the top of the chest. Wait for your natural pause. And as you exhale, soften and surrender the full body weight onto the ground. So you're trying to increase the area of the body totally surrendering onto the ground. You're increasing the contact points of the body onto the ground. Three more breaths. And then we'll switch to Makarasana, the crocodile posture. So we take our hands and we place them under our chin, resting on the elbows. Perhaps you used to lie in this position when you were a kid watching the TV. And what we're trying to do here is get the most comfortable position so you're not crushing your neck and you've no discomfort in your lower back. So completely surrender the body weight. And for me at the moment, I have my elbows too far forward because it's crushing my neck. So I move my elbows slightly closer to my torso. And that alleviates the discomfort there. So you can either move your elbows wider or narrower, forward or back. So as you exhale, you're completely letting go and it should feel comfortable. If it doesn't, you make that called an adjustment. It may take a few moments to find the perfect position. Remember, it takes 6 seconds for muscles, tendons, ligaments to start to release. So you're taking the breath up from the bottom of the spine. You're inhaling and visualizing the breath rising up through the spine, right up to the head. Wait for your natural pause. And then you totally let go and surrender the complete body weight. After a couple of breaths, you may feel you want to make another adjustment to ease either the lower back or to ease the neck. If you're still getting slight discomfort in the lower back, you can separate the feet a little. Makarasana, the crocodile posture. Again, focus on the inhalation. The breath is coming in from the tailbone. And see it passing up through each vertebra. Softening and releasing as it does. And totally let go on the exhalation. And again, you may need to make an incremental adjustment so you feel totally at ease. Of course, you have the option of lying in this position as long as you wish. At the end of a day's work, if you're a little tired, you can come down into Makarasana. Breathe slowly and deeply and energize the body, cleanse the lungs, which may bring clarity of thought, some spaces between the thoughts. 3 more breaths. Now we're going to do a diagonal stretch. We've done this many times. So we're going to stretch our arms. And we're going to stretch to the right arm and the left leg. So we're not lifting, we're just stretching. So we inhale as we stretch through the right arm and left leg. And then we relax. And we just alternate. Left arm and right leg. Diagonal stretch. It's a lovely, lovely stretch. Holding the stretch for the duration of your natural pause. You can be resting the chin or the forehead on the ground. I'm keeping it up for the benefit of the microphone. And just keep alternating the stretch. Inhale as you stretch away with the hand, push away with the foot, diagonal. And once you feel that the body is sufficiently stretched, then you can lift. So you inhale, stretch away with whatever limb you're on, stretch, 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 and then gently lift. It doesn't have to be high. Lift up the head, look forward. So you have two options as always. You can inhale, lift up, stretch, lift up, hold, exhale down, or you can lift up and hold for a couple breaths. Pick the one that works for you. Diagonal stretch, stretch away, and an inhalation, lift up, look forward. You can come up and down with the inhalation, exhalation, or you can hold for as many breaths as you're comfortable with. But make sure you stretch first. Once more to either side. And then we'll come into the Sphinx. So we just take our hands in front of us in line with our forehead, elbows in close. And remember, we're raising the torso, so we're not pushing up with the arms, we're lifting up the torso to then rest on our elbows, the Sphinx. So again, you can stay in this position, depending on how this is can be uncomfortable in the lower back if you've lower back issues. You can stay in this position and just breathe in and gently lift up through the torso, which again compresses the lower back. Or you can come up and down completely with the inhalation, exhalation. So you can lower right down with the exhalation. Take a comfort breath. And then inhale as you come up. But remember, you're not using the arms to push up. You're using the muscles of the torso to come up. I like to stay up. And as you inhale, you're lifting up through the chest, stretching through the neck, and looking up. As you exhale, you just release and relax the Sphinx. It's a very subtle stretch, but you can feel what's happening with the abdominal muscles and the back muscles. You're trying to keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. You're not rounding the shoulders or having tension in the shoulders. Inhale, lift up through the chest, stretch through the throat, look up with the eyes. And gently release on the exhalation. So we'll continue into a very easy cobra, my apologies. So normally with the cobra, you're meant to put your the suggestion is to put your hands under your shoulders, but that's very strong. So what we do is we come down and we just widen our hands ever so slightly and take them closer to the shoulders, but not underneath them, and then gently push up. So it's a gentle cobra. If you have any discomfort in the lower back, then you lower down and you widen the hands and you bring them forward. So you're not coming up so strongly. Inhale as we come up. And there should be no discomfort in the lower back. If there is, then this posture isn't for you at the moment. Inhale, lift up. Stretch the throat. Look up. You feel a lovely stretch through the abdominals. Exhale, relax. Again, you can come up and down completely, but I like to stay in the up position. If this is still fine and not giving you any discomfort, you lower down. And you can take the hands closer to the shoulder or narrow the hands. So the next time you come up, it's a little stronger. So what you're doing is you're gradually finding the point where you're getting a good stretch, but you're not in any discomfort. You're gradually teaching the body to release the appropriate muscles. Check if the shoulders are relaxed. So inhale, lift up, look up. If you feel that you're at your maximum point with your hands, you can inhale, exhale as you turn the head to the right. Keep your head round to the right. Inhale as you lift up through the torso. Exhale as you soften through the neck as you turn into the right. Again, if you have any discomfort in the lower back, then you come out of this position. You come out of it and move the hands further forward or wider. Inhale, lift up, exhale, relax with the right turn. Inhale to neutral, exhale, soften. Again, you can go down, take a few comfort breaths, and then when you come back up, you turn the head to the left. Regardless of the teacher's instructions, adapt it to fit in with where you're at in any particular day. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale, gently lower down. The slower, the better. And tuck your toes under. Push up with your arms. And we're just going to sit back on our heels and stretch out with our arms as we walk our fingers forward. So you walk your fingers forward, you're stretching through the arms, you're elongating the spine and softening down. Inhale, walk, 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 and then sit down further. Inhale as you walk forward with the fingers. Exhale as you allow the seat weight to pull you back. Stretch the spine and the arms. If you want to change your stretch, then you can take the palms, clamp them together, and continue the process. It's a completely different stretch. few more stretches. Inhale as you stretch away with the palms clasped together. Then we're going to take our arms, we're still in this seated position, take our arms into the pose of the child. Tuck your chin in, arms down the side of the body. And you're trying to focus on the breath coming in between the shoulder blades. So you're trying to expand that area between the shoulder blades as you inhale. And as you exhale, you're softening and releasing the shoulders and the arms. And of course, you're trying to tuck your head in as close as you can to your seat. You don't stay in this position too long if you have high blood pressure or any eye problems. If you wish, you can now raise the seat. We're perfected here. You raise the seat up and you roll over onto the back of the head. If you feel a bit vulnerable in this position, you can take your hands and place them in line with your head, which gives you added security. So if you have any problems, just pause the video and have a wee look. I'll demonstrate it now. Gently lower the seat. Sit up as slowly as possible, allowing the blood to trickle back slowly. Sit in Vajrasana. Allow the body to breathe naturally. You can say a mantra of your own. Or use a simple one. Let peace begin with me. Let me begin with peace. Just focus on relaxing the shoulders. Sitting tall and smiling. Allowing the body to recalibrate. So now we're going to go back down onto our stomach, and we're going to take our fists and place them under our groin. So lying on the stomach, take your fists, place them in the groin, stretch out your legs. And we're just going to inhale, raising each leg, alternating. So inhale as we raise the right leg. Doesn't matter how far you get it. Again, you can inhale and raise, exhale, lower, or inhale and raise and hold for a few breaths. But slowly lower it down. Inhale, raise the left. Doesn't matter how far you're getting it. To the first point of resistance. My preference is to raise and hold for a few breaths, but that's not for everyone. Just continue at your own pace. And you'll find that your legs will gradually begin to increase in the lift. On your next lift, I want you to raise to a comfortable position and then bend at the knee, and you get a nice stretch through the thigh muscle. Raise to the first point of resistance and then bend, and you'll get a lovely stretch. Once more to either side. Check that your fists are in a comfortable position, and only if you feel okay trying this one, I want you to contract your arms, and as you inhale, you double leg lift. You contract your arms, inhale, as you raise both legs up and you look forward. It's quite a strong one. And gently lower down. Again, you can inhale, lift up, exhale, lower down. Or you can inhale and raise, you can hold the breath, or you can raise and do a few breaths. You're getting the lift through the arms as well. Get the fists comfortable. Get the arms contracted. Inhale. And you raise both legs and you look forward. And slowly lower down. If your legs start shaking, if you get out of breath, you've done too many. Release the fists. Rest the chin on the ground or the forehead. And we'll try the bow, if you can manage it. If you can't clasp your ankles, it's okay. You can still raise your ankles and raise your hands, lift up the torso, and get them as close as you can to your ankles. If you can't reach the ankles, clasp the ankles, separate the knees a little. We don't want to lift the knees off the ground. We're going to inhale, we'll hold the breath, inhale, hold, and we push away with the feet and we pull with the hands as we're looking forward. Not lifting the knees. Inhale, push away with the feet, pull with the arms. And then you relax and release while still holding the feet. And so these are very strong. If you feel you can raise the knees, then please try. But be aware it's very strong. So we inhale, gently pull, push with the feet, pull with our hands, look forward, lift the knees. Very strong. Relax and lower. And try once more if you think it's for you. Inhale, fill the body with energy. Push and pull and lift. And then release. Arms around the front. Push up, and then we're going to stretch out again, sitting on the heels. So stretch out the arms. Inhale, walk the fingers along. Exhale, lengthen the spine. Inhale, walk the fingers along. Lengthen through the arms. Soften through the seat. And again, if you wish, you can take the palms, place them together, and it changes the stretch through the shoulders. As you lengthen the arms. Three more breaths. And slowly come up into Vajrasana. Sit in Vajrasana, keep the spine long, relax the shoulders. We're going to do facial exercises. So we'll just start with pouting forward and back, like so, in quick succession. Don't be shy. You can feel what's happening with the neck muscles, facial muscles. This brings fresh oxygenated blood to the face, puffs up the skin, and it's cheaper than expensive cream. And remember, we then go to a permanent pout, and we take a pout up, down, left and right, and then we'll open as wide as we can with the tongue out and the eyes, and then scrunch up like tissue paper. So we pout outwards, then we'll lift the pout up, just the pout, not the face. Down, keep it firm, to the right, to the left, and then wide open with the eyes wide open and then scrunch up like tissue paper. Scrunch up the face firmly, and then release, and then back to the forward and back loose. It looks dreadful, but it works. And then just sit for a second and feel that, feel what's happened to your face. So you can do these at any time. Anytime you're waiting for something, or if you're waiting for a call on the phone, if you're sitting in the loo, plenty of opportunities. Cooking, I wouldn't advise them. I used to do them driving, and I would forget I would be doing them, and then doing them at traffic lights. It draws a bit of attention. So we'll start again, forward and back. And then forward pout. Up. Down. To the right. To the left. And wide open. Tissue paper, scrunch up tightly. And release, and then forward and back again. And you can take it in the hand, you can take your hand and feel what's happening to all the muscles, the skin. Maybe your facial muscles are getting a little bit tired now. We'll give them a wee break and we'll do it once more. Just check it, your neck is relaxed, your shoulders are relaxed, you're sitting tall, you haven't slumped. And for those of you who are not used to sitting in Vajrasana, this is the best thing to do. You try it out and you say a mantra, you do facial exercises, or you count the breaths, you do something to occupy your mind, and then it won't feel so uncomfortable. But once you get used to sitting in this position, it's a wonderful position to sit in meditation. It's also good for abdominal issues, digestive issues, I should say. So once more, forward and back. Then forward pout, hold it, up, down, right, left, up, down. Really, you're really contracting. You're not being shy. Right, left, and tissue paper. And then lastly, forward and back. And just relax. Don't control the breathing. No need for a mantra. Just feel. Feel what's happened to your face. I used to have a student in one of the classes that wouldn't do these facial exercises because she said it would give her wrinkles. I have no idea. I think it's opposite. It puffs up the skin because it brings oxygenated blood to the face and nourishes the face. Okay, I believe now it's stirring the porridge. Yes. So we'll go sit in position with the legs out at an angle. So this is going to stretch the hamstrings. It's going to contract the arms. We're keeping the back straight. We're stretching out the clasped arms. And now imagine we've got a big pan of porridge with a wooden spoon or a wooden stick. In Scotland, it's called a spurtle. Spurtle, so it doesn't have the spoon bit in the end. It's just a straight stick. So we're holding the straight stick and we're going to exhale as we go forward, around and back. And all you're trying to do is keep the arms parallel to the ground and you're rocking a bit on your hips, your adipose tissue in the bum. We're leaning back as we inhale, turn around. You're trying to get the full movement nice and slow. Remember the 6 seconds it takes, and you can feel the hamstrings getting stretched. So you just take your time, exhale forward. If you find this too difficult, it means your porridge is too dry, so you need to add some more water. But you don't want to land in the pot, so keep your arms parallel to the ground. And it's up to you how many you do. Once your arms start to ache, you can do a couple more, but then stop and have a break. Because once they start to ache, you're just building up lactic acid, which you can reduce the chance of that by breathing slowly and deeply. So try and get the full range of movement. So you're coming out far to the left, you're going forward, you're coming around to the right, you're going back. If you want a break, you stop, put your hands on your knees, relax your shoulders. Take the breath right into the back of the neck. Forget about your nose. As you inhale, take a breath in the back of the neck. And as you exhale, flood that breath down through the neck, shoulders and arms. And of course, you're sitting tall, so you're not slouching back. You haven't rounded the shoulders. You're sitting tall. You can feel, perhaps, I shouldn't say this, perhaps you get a slight ache in the groin area and the thigh muscles. And we'll repeat the process anti-clockwise. So we exhale as we go forward, around. I can feel the pull in the hamstrings. Back you come, keeping the arms straight. Slow, smooth, and deliberate. So this is a subtle way. Well, I don't need to tell you what's happening to the body. I'm sure you can feel it. Nice and slow. A couple more. Again, as you build them up, you can do as many as you wish, but they're very effective. Take your legs together. So we've made the porridge. Now we're going to go on a picnic. So we're going to row the boat out to the center of the lake. So we're going to exaggerate the movements of rowing the boat. So we're sitting tall. We've got our oars. We're going to exhale as we go forward with our fists down our legs to the first point of resistance. And then we'll lift up the oars, lift them up as high as you can, and then you're pulling them back. So it's an exaggerated rowing movement. You're taking the fists right back to the side of the chest, because then you're opening up the chest, and then exhale down the body, along the legs, up to the toes, if you happen to reach there. It doesn't matter if you don't, but you're just trying to exaggerate the movement of rowing the boat. We've got the joy of getting to eat our porridge when we're finished. Nice and easy. The slower, the better. But remember, and exaggerate it. Exhale forward. Stretching the arms out, lift them up. Pull them back. You're opening up the elbows. The fists are coming almost in contact with the torso, if you can manage that, and then down. So you're stretching the back, stretching the hamstrings, contracting the arms, stretching the shoulders. Simple, gentle movement in line with the breath. So we're almost at the little island in the middle of the lake, but we realize we've forgotten the porridge. So now we have to go back. So we reverse the row in action. So we come up with the fists up the torso. Up again, you're exaggerating the movement. And this is the arms that you take forward to the toes. And then you drag the fists along the leg on an inhalation. And look, you're taking the fists as close to the torso as possible. And then stretching right up. And yet that's what you're taking forward with the breath. Inhale as we come up, exhale as we go forward. And once more, but you get the idea. Again, you can do these for 10, 15, 20 minutes. You can lose yourself in them and go deeper and deeper with the practice. They're very simple movements, but very, very effective. So we've got back to the shore again. We've got our porridge, but we've decided we're going to share it with people, so we need to ring some bells. So we're going to ring the church bells. So we're going to inhale as we stretch up, and then we're taking that stretch forward, and we're going to clasp the thick rope to ring the bell. And then you pull on the rope. Now, normally when I'm teaching this, I get people to ding and dong. But for some reason, when I ding and dong with the speakers, it cuts off. So if you're doing this at home, as you stretch up, as you stretch for that thick rope and clasp it, ding, and you can ding as loud as you wish. And if there's a few of you doing it at the same time, you don't have to synchronize your dings and dongs. They can be random. Dong. And what happens is you're getting this wonderful vibration through your body, which helps to release any trapped tension. Exhale as you go down with a ding. Ding. As loud as you can. Inhale as you stretch up, and you can feel the stretch from the hip, from the waist, right up through the intercostals, the rib muscles, right up through the shoulder, right up to the fingers. That's a stretch you're taking forward as you clasp this thick rope. Dong. Last couple. So you don't be passive with this. You don't just lift that arm up and throw it forward. That's hopeless. You take the stretch from this position, and that's what you're taking forward as you clasp the rope. Last one. Hands on your knees, sit tall, give yourself a rest. Relax the shoulders, release the neck, smile. It's one of the quickest ways of bringing joy to yourself, to your body, to your energy. Sighing is another one. Sighing is one of the quickest ways to initiate the relaxation response. So let's try it. Inhale through the nose, and then exhale through the mouth. And relax. A couple more sighs. Inhale through the nose. Wait for your natural pause. Exhale through the mouth, and you almost slump. So sighing is normally an involuntary thing. The body does it to relax, but at any time you can take conscious control and take a few sighs. Next time you feel stressed, try a couple sighs and see if they work. If they don't work for you, then it's not for you. But I find the other way is just smiling. So try it. Don't take my word for it. Just smile, force a smile. And see what happens to you. Free serotonin. Okay, we're just going to do a thread in the needle and then upwards and downwards facing dog to finish. So you get on all fours. Ensure the hands are under the shoulders. If this is too strong for the wrists, you can edge the fingers forward a bit to slacken the angle. Knees hip width apart. We've done this one many times, thread in the needle. So we're going to lift the right arm as we inhale, and we'll hold it for a few breaths. So inhale, lift the right arm to the first point of resistance. It doesn't matter, remember, where it is, because it's different each day. And just take a few breaths. And when you feel it's time, instinctively, down you come and thread the needle. Place the hand under the body. You can stop and rest on the elbow and then raise the left arm, or you can continue right down to the shoulder and you raise the left arm. Just relax and do it and start to breathe. And again, when you feel you've done enough, you come out, push up, and then we'll raise the left. Readjust your position if you need to. Inhale as you raise the left. And when you feel ready, instinctively, down you come. Thread the needle. As I say, you can stop on your elbow or continue right through if you have the flexibility and the desire. And when you're ready, out you come, push up. And we're going to go straight into downward facing dog. You can stretch the calf muscles by bending at the knees, and then if you wish, you can sweep down and through into upward facing dog. So tuck your toes under. We're going to lift up. So you're going to push through the hands, lift up through the bottom, soften through the heels. The heels may or may not touch the ground. It doesn't matter. Push through the arms, lift up through the seat, soften through the heels. If you wish, you can bend each knee to stretch the calf muscles, but you're still trying to keep your seat up in the air. And if that's enough for you, that's fine. You can sit back down in Vajrasana. But if you want to come up on the toes and then come through and up, then please do. Again, you can do this dynamically by coming through and up, coming out and repeating, or you can stay in the position, relax the shoulders. You've got the arms for the posts. And inhale as you stretch up and through. And soften, keeping the torso off the ground. So you have two options. You can come back up. Push through the arms. Lift up through the seat. Soften through the heels. And then if you wish, up on the toes, down, through and up. So you build up the strength, you build up your own personal practice. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed and open. And when you've had enough, down on your knees. And then lie down on your stomach again in your preferred position. Either arms stretched out, palms facing up on the forehead, or palms clasped behind the neck. So well done, that's quite a strong practice. So either arms straight out, forehead on the ground, or palms upwards, forehead on the palms. Or forehead on the ground, hands in the back of the neck. And remember, you're just trying to increase the surface area of the body, resting on the ground. You're doing a full yogic breath. So as we know, every experience leaves an emotional deposit on the physical body. So by stretching and breathing, you're trying to release some of these tensions to create space for more positive experiences. Most of the stress comes from unhealthy responses to external stimuli. So if you remember the opening quote, Albert Einstein, in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. So always try and focus on the opportunity. It doesn't stop things happening, it just helps you to cope a little bit better. And we'll finish with a quote by Mary Oliver. Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? As always, namaste with much love.